I think this is the hard part because you can't control someone, right? Like, you can't force someone to want to be with you, to want to work it out, to move forward, to choose you, to whatever. Like, we can't as humans force anyone or make anyone feel something that they don't want to feel or don't feel. Insert a control that is not your own, right? I am 1000% convinced, had my husband not, let me just tell you guys the story because it's crazy and I haven't told you yet. So, completely checked out. Like, at one point I was like, you gotta let me go. Because I felt like I couldn't even move forward and explore what I needed to explore without him letting me go. Because a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of all of the emotions, right? I already felt like shit, that I felt something that I felt like I couldn't control. I was like, I don't know what to do with the feelings that I have. Like, you want me to come back to you, even though I literally am feeling all of these fucking things that involve another person now. That is so dirty. Like, I can't just do that. And so I'm dealing with my own shame, and it's like I almost needed him to just let me go so I could explore it. This was my thought process through all of this. So up to this point, I had not seen my husband outside of like exchanging the kids and some text and phone calls. That was it. This was the night before his birthday, and I felt just really shitty because I knew that his birthday was going to be alone. And I texted him and was like, hey, why don't we go to lunch for your birthday? This will be good, like me, you, and the kids, we can be together. And the whole fucking day was god awful. Like, I remember as soon as I got in the truck, he picked us up. It was just awful. He was so distraught, like could not even look at me without crying. And I had not seen him like that. And I remember texting my girlfriend and saying this was a fucking terrible idea. Now, before, because I got to give you guys like context, before he picked me up, because keep in mind I was talking to this other person. Before he picked me up, I was on FaceTime with this person. Like, I told them I'm going out to lunch with Sean and the boys for his birthday. I'm probably not going to be available today, but I'll like call you later tonight or whatever. I had this conversation before we left. Again, the whole day was just awful. We didn't even get to go to lunch because he was crying a lot, and so we just picked food up and came back to the house. When we got back to my house, I was like, I'm so sorry for ruining your birthday. And he lost it, and he said, why can't we just fix this? Like, tell me what I can do. Why can't we just fix this? And seeing him like that and feeling like I had no answer, like I had no solution for how to fix it, because I didn't even know how to deal with what I was fucking dealing with. And I got up and I went over there and hugged him, and he's crying, and then I start crying, and I just felt like if I could just get these feelings for this other person to go away, then I feel like I could look at my marriage and I could see what could be fixed with it. But it's hard for me to see how to fix it when I have all of these feelings. And as I'm hugging him, I literally, I kid you not, I prayed in my head. Sean didn't know this at the time, but I said, God, would you just please take them away? Like, could you just take the feelings away? And we held each other and we cried, and then I was like, do you want to go sit on the couch and talk? And we kind of like just talked out, you know, everything that I'd been feeling and things in the marriage and just blah 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 blah, and this, like, the feelings for this other person. And I cried and I told him I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make myself stop feeling something. Like, it was real to me. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't want to feel it. And I think that's what's hard, is like, there is this common like misconception with people who like get feelings for other people. You don't, I mean, maybe some people do, but for me, I didn't want to feel what I felt, and I was fighting it, and I wanted it to go away, but I didn't know how to make it go away, and I didn't feel right in just pushing it down and pretending like it wasn't there for the sake of my husband's heart or my husband's feelings. I genuinely felt like I was doing the right thing by leaving, you know? Like, why would I stay with someone when there's all these feelings that I'm battling with? And so we talked. I didn't feel like anything had shifted, honestly. I mean, it was a good talk, and we were able to get our emotions out, and then he left. He left, and as soon as he left, this other person went to pick up my phone, and this other person had texted me. And when I saw the text, I remember feeling like, ugh, I don't even want to talk to this person anymore. And I knew in that moment that God had answered my prayer. Like, I had just prayed for him to take the feelings away, and within an instant, what I felt toward that person was like disgust. And so I literally like cut everything off with that person, which was hard because not only did I hurt my husband, but now this other person that I had caught feelings for and was entertaining a life with, now I have to hurt them too. So I think keeping that in mind with your partner being torn between two people, because now not only is she hurting you, but now she has hurt another person. And maybe some people are really heartless and they don't give a fuck, but it was hard for me. I don't never want to hurt anybody. But I knew in that moment that God had answered my prayer, and I knew what I had to do if I wanted to fight for my marriage. And so I cut it off. And then the next day, I think, or maybe like a few days later, me and my husband got together to talk again. And I had been praying the whole time that we were separated, like for God to just move in the situation. I'm sorry, you guys. I have not talked about this in depth. It's been like 6 months, so this happened in December. And when I talked to Sean, he said that the night before his birthday, the night that he was coming to my house, that he was in the shower and he hit his knees for the first time. And he said, God help me because I don't know what to do. Oh shit. And the next day was the same day that I asked God to take the feelings away. It's like, why did I not ask God to do that before that moment? And I don't know if it took Sean's surrender and him leading first for it to impact me. I don't know, because I didn't know he had done that. And he didn't know that I had prayed what I prayed. But he surrendered first. And I don't know the spiritual aspect of all of it, but I just have full faith that as the man, right, and the Bible says, like, you're the head of the household. I mean, it's on you to lead. And I just have full faith that God was waiting on his surrender too, you know? Not, again, to say that it's his fault, but I think it was impactful. I think that there was a real motion taking place once he hit his knees, once he surrendered, once he said, I don't know what to do. And then me too, like, after that, because I felt like I don't know what to do. Like, how would I fight something that feels so real to me? Ugh. I don't even know what happens if she's torn between both. Pray. Because you can't do it. You can't do it. You can brainwash and you can convince her and you can manipulate her to come back and be with you. But do you want that? I wasn't manipulated into going back to my husband. I wasn't convinced to go back to my husband. I feel like I was moved to chase my marriage again. Like, it was I did not plan for that. I didn't plan for everything to change in an instant. I didn't plan for my feelings for this other person to just pivot within seconds. So I would say, pray for her. Pray for you. Pray for your marriage. Because it's going to take a hell of a lot more than human effort to fix something that the enemy is literally trying to destroy. Like, it's all spiritual, dude. It's all spiritual. Anyway, I hope that helps.